I can remember the first time I tried smoked tuna at my childhood home. And so my dad was a fisherman, and he brought it home, and I remember what it did to my brain. I remember like being like, holy shit, like I had never tasted something smoked, you know? And just that feeling and that memory, I can see the wallpaper in my kitchen because of that. I played sports and stuff, but it's just like blotchy. But food is just like so tactile, like it takes me right back. It's a military term, so it's a fort. It's a place where sort of the soldiers and provisions and ammunition and everything can be, remain safe. And so that was sort of my first thought was, obviously, like if I create something where I want people to come eat, I want them to feel like everything is there, fortified from, all the bullshit of the everyday world. Through the 1800s, it was a textile mill. One of many, many mills that dotted the Royal River up through Yarmouth. The one word that sums up the restaurant would be thoughtful. So based on that and taking the cuisine, we kind of came up with it's thoughtful food inspired by Mediterranean and Asian cuisine. A mix of small plates and large plates, seasonally driven, so it'll probably change. And then we've got the raised beds outside by the river that we're gonna put in herbs, microgreens, radishes, carrots, tomatoes. We're gonna be able to kind of cultivate this little thing. I think that lends to sort of the identity of the restaurant. We're doing something that we care about. We're willing to put in a little bit of work to maybe supplement and do our own thing and get a few things fresh out of the ground and then cook them that night. It's part of a dream come true, You get an authentic feeling of accomplishment by giving somebody hospitality. And if you can find that team and create that in the front of the house, you could pair that with okay food, decent food, and you're gonna do well because people feel like they're being taken care of. But if you can pair that with the same degree of concentration and thought with the food, and then you're a fucking unicorn. And so what I want is when people to come in to feel like the minute they walk through the door, they're appreciated. People are emotionally connected to their money. I want them to leave feeling like they got more than they paid for, because everybody truly cares about their experience. For me, that perception of food is sort of this nucleus of connections with people. And so they're able to come in, enjoy the food, and use the food as an experience to bond with the table. That's where the food's coming from is, it can inspire memories, it can inspire connections with lovers, business partners, old friends, new friends, strangers. To me, that's what food is, and I hope people that come in, whether they expect it or not, they find that resonates with them. This is by far the most turbulent my life has ever been. I feel like if you're gonna open a restaurant, it needs to almost ruin you before it opens, because if I'm not laboring over the identity, the food, the structure of this organism, constantly until that opening day and then beyond, then I just feel like I'm not doing it right. If you have a vision and you need to meet that takes money, It takes money to pull it off. Like, we could settle for certain things, but if there's like something that I need, that I want for this restaurant to pull it off, it costs a lot of money to build a restaurant. A shit ton of money. Like the pressure even of catering for the last 10 years, of showing up to a very valuable contract that you need to honor, and you need to do it in the most difficult way. You need to essentially pack up a commercial kitchen and every single product in it, bring it to an island or to the middle of a flower field or wherever, and then you need to build that restaurant from scratch in a couple hours and be ready to serve 200 people like freshly seared fish. I always think about this cold apartment that my mom my brother and me, go to bed with snow hats on, you know? And we would heat the apartment with an open oven because we couldn't afford oil. I always think back to the fact that the oven used to be used as a tool to heat this apartment because we had no money. And now it's a tool that bought me my fucking house. For me, cooking is sort of, you know, saved my life. I just hope that I want the Garrison to kind of be that next step of success that like people realize like it's sort of a culmination of a long road. And I want people to come, be our guests, and just like come into our house and enjoy some food, you know? That's about it, man.